The moment we become aware of the fact that the only truth that does really exist is the fact that truth is something really individual and subjective, is actually the most empowering understanding and realization that a human being can ever make for himself. Because, first of all, it sets you free. It sets you free from whatever that is not aligned with your true self, whatever that is holding you from being your true self, and whatever is that goes against your true nature and against what you really feel the calling and the urge to be doing, but you are not doing yet because you are basing all your decisions and all your choices on this truth that you have inherited from someone that is as human as you are and that have a very unique journey, and what he have experienced, the lessons that he learned, and the principles that he have created for himself in order to protect himself, to defend himself against anything that might harm him in any level, be it the physical level, the emotional level, or the psychological level. Things and truths that actually don't have to be yours. They don't have to apply on you, because every one of us do have a very unique journey. As a matter of fact, the fact that we do compare ourselves to others, that we are constantly in this sensation and belief that we are behind in life, that we are supposed to be somewhere else, that we are maybe too late for a few things or very early for others, believing that we might be not ready yet for something, or we are missing something, or this thought that we might be wrong or might be doing things wrong, are all truths that are not actually truths. A truth could be, for example, that if you touch the fire, you will be burned. All of us will be burned. It doesn't matter the effect on you, if it's gonna feel hurtful for you or not, but you are gonna be burned by the fire. So that is a truth that applies to every human being. There are no fireproof human beings. But all other things that we have been conditioned to believe that are truth, and we base all our decision on them, actually aren't truth. And the reason is that you can notice that, for example, one thing and another, polarity does exist. You can have two people living the same circumstance, in the same country, in the same family. Everything is similar and identical, and yet they do have a different experience of it. They do have a different perception of it. Sometimes it's one opposite to the other, and the outcomes are completely different. And that is, for me, the realization that I made and I came to. And I realized that actually I really need to reconsider what is true for me. I really need to question everything. And I started this journey of questioning everything I thought was a truth about life and about myself. I stopped accepting and reacting to everything in life as if it was a fact that I cannot change, and started learning and applying, responding to everything, and choosing the meaning that I want to give to anything and how I want to define it for myself, from my point of view. And I think that this truth, that there are no truths, is such a powerful thing to know and to understand, something to sit with and to start really understanding and going deeper in as much as you can, and going inward with yourself to understand who you are at any given moment, knowing that we are constantly changing, whether we are aware of it or not, whether we like it or not, we are constantly changing. You can notice it from our physical body. We do change, our hair change, our face, we become older, our body changes, everything is changing. And you can notice it also in all your environment, the people around you, the situations, the nature, the objects, everything changes. And here's where comes an idea very interesting that I have discovered, and it's that change is inevitable. Personal growth is a choice. And that also hit me a lot. And I decided that for me, it's not gonna be okay anymore that we all get to be who we are, and we are defined by our mistakes, by our journey, by all the levels that exist in this life. I decided that I'm gonna get free from all of that, that I am gonna break free from all of those limitations that I have been raised with and carried with me as if they were a truth that I cannot change, but I have to accept. And in this video, I just wanted to be the friendly reminder for you that no matter what you are experiencing in your life right now, it doesn't matter. You are free to make a change in your life. You are free to change who you are. You are free to be different from now on. You might have been the good girl or the good boy for all your life. And if today it doesn't resonate with you anymore, and you want to be the one crazy weirdo person that want to have fun and want to really be different from what others are used to see her or him, then I want to remind you and invite you to know that you really are free to let go of the person that you used to be. And that's fine if people will come to you, especially the closest friends to you, that will come to remind you who you are for them and how they see you and who you think you are. Because there will be people that will come to ask you and be wondering, why is it that they don't recognize you anymore? What happened to you? You are not the same person. And that's fine. We usually are afraid of this sentence, of this affirmation. We are afraid to sound different, to disappoint people, to sound maybe weaker, vulnerable, different, maybe think and believe that we will be less respected and less appreciated, and probably be ignored and rejected from people that are important for us. And we are afraid that we might be not enough for this life or for those people in those conditions. But it's just a belief that we do have. It's something that we have been used to think about ourselves or maybe also about others. And I'm not saying that it's not actual fact for some people, but we are not responsible of what others think of us. It's not of our business. What is important for us is who we are willing to be for ourselves. This truth that there is no truth, there is no absolute truth, it doesn't exist, there is only your truth, is really crucial for us to understand. I really want to share it with a lot of people in order for everyone to get that permission slip, that reminder of the fact that since there is no absolute truth about who I am and who am I supposed to be and how life is supposed to work and unfold, I do have the freedom to choose from this moment and in any given moment, what truth do I want to live in? How I want to see my truth, how I want to make it. And you really do have this power. You just need to find a place in yourself where you start to accept it, to let it sink in, to really understand it to the point that it becomes a knowing for you. Because it's really powerful. When you know something so strongly, it can become your truth. And this is how you can change a belief that you have. If you have a limiting belief about yourself, maybe you think that you are not good enough. Maybe you think that you are not made for this new thing that you are dreaming and feeling the inner calling and need and urge to go and do it. And everything you want to do it, something in you just holds you back and reminds you that you are not good enough, that it's not meant for you, that you cannot do it, that you are not good at it. All of those things are just thoughts and limiting beliefs that aren't actually a truth. This is what I want you really to start to realize, to start to really nurture and start to consider and play with. So whenever you are finding yourself in a situation where you are about to step up and to make a change in your life, a conscious change, because as we said, change is inevitable. Personal growth is a choice. So if everything is changing constantly, how could it be a truth? Any of the things that we have been taught and conditioned to believe to be truth. There are a lot of examples, and I, for myself, I am unpacking a lot of things that I thought were a truth that I couldn't ever change for myself, and I'm starting to discover that they weren't truth. They were just an opinion, a perspective, a way of seeing a thing. And I do have plenty of ways and options and possibilities. It's up to me to start to look into things and to life, not as if it is something that I cannot change, but start to seeing from a place of curiosity, of willing to discover, to question myself, to question my choices, to listen and observe whatever I am doing or thinking, whatever I am saying to myself, and start to really observe it, listen to it, become aware of it, and see if it really fits me, if it's okay for me, if it's actually really what I want to be truth for myself. I really think it's time for us to start choosing everything, to really learn to become a decision maker for our life, learn to become the leader of our life, and most importantly, move from the consumer to the creator. Because we spend most of our life, most of us human beings, as consumers, consumers of beliefs, consumers of ways of thinking, of principles, of ways of doing things, of ways of working, living, expressing ourselves, dressing, whatever it is. It's all have been based on consuming. And it's interesting to be the consumer, actually. It's very good because when you are a consumer, you are the person that is absorbing the information, that is expanding their awareness, and they are discovering a lot of things. But there comes a moment where you really need to shift from the consumer to the creator. Now that you have gathered all the information, all the knowing, all the awareness, all the understanding, there comes the time for you to start creating. And it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be this big, enormous change. Just start to making it simple. Take things with ease. Be curious instead of being the resisting or scared. Really explore things. Be like the kid that is exploring everything, not afraid of what he's going to discover, not anticipating anything, not assuming anything, but really just curious, genuinely. And whatever happened to them, they really just curious to know what happened and most importantly, why. They keep asking why. They do have this amazing skill of curiosity coming from an authentic and genuine place of learning, observing, and growing and expanding. They do it with fun. And life is and can be fun. If you choose it to be your truth, you can really start seeing everything as fun. There is nothing really serious going on in life. Life is unfolding. Life is what it is. It is neutral. It's just really about what is it that you are going to make it for yourself. And this is where you start becoming the creator. You don't just take everything for granted and as if it's a truth and you go in life according to it. You start really filtering the information, choosing what is relevant for you and letting go of what is not relevant for you, choosing where you want to put your energy, where you want to put your effort, focusing on yourself because this world is your mirror. And if you want to change anything around you, you need to change yourself. Because remember, if you want the mirror to smile to you, you really have to smile first. Because if you are expecting for it to smile to you first, for you to smile back, that is not gonna happen. If you don't like the reality you are experiencing right now, you need to change it. And to change it, you just need to first become aware of it, because we cannot change what we don't own and what we don't know. You need to learn to become aware, self-aware, and own it. Once you are aware of it, own it without judging it. Because no matter what is happening, it's up to you to define it. You define if it's something that you prefer or you don't prefer. And if you prefer what you are becoming aware of, you just own it, accept it, acknowledge it, appreciate it, and amplify it. And if it's something that you don't prefer, you can just first own it. Okay, there is something happening to me that I do not prefer, and now I want to change it. And since I know that there is no absolute truth, that it's all about how you choose your truth. It's on you, your truth. So if you want to change something that you don't prefer, you just need to own it and then nurture it, work on it. Find evidence of what is opposite to that. What is it that you prefer? And you will find the evidence. It's everywhere, especially on today's life where we have all the tools. Everything is available and most of it is free. So you have no excuse, honestly. You really have no excuse. You can't tell me I don't have the money, I don't have the possibilities, I don't have the time, I don't have this or that. We do have the most amazing device in the world, and it have everything within it. You have access to everything. You also have artificial intelligence that can help you. So it's quick, the information is there, everything is there. Now you just have to start being curious about what is it that you want and prefer, and gather the evidence about it and repeat it and keep going on that full immersion until it becomes part of you, until it becomes part of your new identity and you become it. And repetition is your key. Repetition has such an enormous power because we are habitual creatures. We love being in a comfortable place. And to shift from a comfortable place to a new comfortable place, it's about starting it, repeating it, exercising it, and learning it until it becomes your second nature. We do have the power of adaptation, the power of creation, the power of understanding and learning, and we have so many tools available to us. So gather your evidence. Start nurturing this idea. Start planting the seed in your subconscious mind and allow your higher self to start providing you with all the tools that you need, all the people that you need, all the information. And most importantly, be aware of the synchronicity that is happening, because everything is here in this life for you to grow, to expand, and to always obtain more of what is it that you are focusing your energy in. Whether it's negative or positive, for life, it doesn't matter. You need to learn this. It's probably one truth that I would insist in, and it's that life is neutral. It's unconditional. It doesn't make the difference between what is good and what is bad, what is real for us in our physical reality or what is not real. And it's up to us to really make our choice and make the decision of where we want to put all our focus, because life is going to serve you more of whatever you are focusing your focus and energy in, no matter what that is. So if you are a negative person and you focus only on the negative things and the bad things, and you carry this belief about life in your mind and in your heart, you are going to be repeatedly served. The more you are going to repeat it and think it, the more it's going to be your reality. And the same thing also applies to being positive and committed to truly only see the good in your life, one day at a time, one moment at a time. Learn, teach your mind to really become the observer of whatever it is that you really do prefer for yourself. That is really important. And always remember, no matter what happens, just remind yourself that the truth is there is no one truth. There are a lot of truths, and I can make my own truth. It's up to me to create it. I am no more the consumer of others' truths. Now I am the creator of my truth. What do you think about the truth? And what is the truth that you are realizing that is not actually a truth for you and you want to change it or to transform it? Please let me know in the comments below. I hope to see you very soon in another video, and if you haven't done yet, please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button so you can see more of this content, and I really wish you a very pleasant day. Thank you so much for your time and for your attention. Take care of yourself and be the creator of your own truth.